Hi guys. Today we will analyze Visa stock, and calculate its intrinsic value using two different valuation models. Enjoy! Hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Technical analysis. Both the short-term and long-term trends are neutral. So this is not the most entertaining stock around. Support level is around $196, then $190. Resistance level is around $229. If the stock breaks that level, it may go up to $236, and even higher. Prices have been rising strongly lately. It may be a good idea to wait for a consolidation or pullback before considering an entry. Intrinsic value. Buy low, sell high. We have heard it many times before. But how to know when it's low, and when it's high? The intrinsic value of a stock is its true value. It refers to what a stock is actually worth, even if some investors think it's worth a lot more than that amount. Intrinsic value is important, because it can help investors understand whether the cost of a stock is undervalued, or overvalued compared to the market value of the stock. Let's calculate the stock's intrinsic value. For more accurate results, we will use two different valuation models to calculate the intrinsic value of the stock. Discounted free cash flow model, using the formula below, then, valuation based on earnings per share, 5-year average P/E ratio and expected growth rate. First model, discounted free cash flow valuation. This spreadsheet contains some financial data that we will use for the stock valuation. We see that the average revenue growth rate of the stock has been around 10% per year, for last 5 years. Also we see that the average profit margin of the stock has been around 47% per year, for last 5 years. Also we see that the average free cash flow to net income rate of the stock has been around 113% per year, for last 5 years. And we expect 8% per year average stock market return. Now, let's consider 3 different scenarios for Visa company: bad, average, and good. First scenario. Visa will have bad performance in next 5 years, and we will use the following parameters in our calculation. Future revenue growth rate would be low, 6%. Future profit margin would be low, 36%. Future free cash flow to net income rate would be low, 90%. In this case, the fair value of the stock today would be $105. The second scenario. Visa will have average performance in next 5 years, and we will use the following parameters in our calculation. Future revenue growth rate would be average, 8%. Future profit margin would be average, 42%. Future free cash flow to net income rate would be average, 105%. In this case, the fair value of the stock today would be $151. The third scenario. Visa will have high performance in next 5 years, and we will use the following parameters in our calculation. Future revenue growth rate would be high, 10%. Future profit margin would be high, 46%. Future free cash flow to net income rate would be high, 115%. In this case, the fair value of the stock today would be $193. Second model. Valuation based on earnings per share. This spreadsheet contains another financial data that we will use for the stock valuation. The current earning per share price for Visa is 6.3. Minimum rate of return. I will use 12%. Because when we invest in individual companies, we are looking for a higher return than the S&P 500. For Visa, analysts forecast growth rate around 17.75% per year in next 5 years, and future P/E around 32. Again, I will use 3 different scenarios for Visa company: bad, average, and good. First scenario. Visa will have bad performance in next 5 years, and we will use the following parameters in our calculation. Future growth rate would be low, 6%. Future P/E would be low, 22. In this case, the fair value of the stock today would be $84. Second scenario. Visa will have average performance in next 5 years, and we will use the following parameters in our calculation. Future growth rate would be average, 8%. Future P/E would be average, 26. In this case, The fair value of the stock today would be $118. Third scenario. Visa will have high performance in next 5 years, and we will use the following parameters in our calculation. Future growth rate would be high, 10%. Future PE would be high, 30. In this case, the fair value of the stock today would be $161. As you can see, today the stock is overvalued, $228, even if we expect Visa's high performance in future. The fundamentals are good. But the stock is currently overpriced. I own this stock, and I would be happy to buy more when it drops below $150. Company's strengths. Visa operates the world's largest electronic payments network, providing processing services and payment product platforms, including credit, debit, prepaid and commercial payments. Visa is one of the world's largest ATM networks, offering cash access in local currency in more than 200 countries. Over the past 2 years, new flows and value-added services have grown significantly faster than consumer payments. Return on assets of 14% and return on equity of 32%. This is amongst the best returns in the industry. Profit margin of 50% is amongst the best returns of the industry. Based on estimates for the next 5 years, Visa will show a quite strong growth in revenue. The revenue will grow by 13% on average per year. The earnings per share is expected to grow by 17% on average over the next 5 years. This is good. Risks. The company faces considerable competition in the payments market from well-established brands, including Apple Pay, MasterCard's MasterPass, PayPal and American Express's Later Pay services, as well as other digital products from Facebook and Google. Visa faces risks from regulation, including rules capping interchange reimbursement rates, as well as from economic variables that could impact service revenues, data processing fees, and cross-border transaction fees. Geopolitical factors, which could result in business disruption, are also a risk. With P/E ratio of 48, the stock can be considered very expensive at the moment. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.